Michael Gentile looks like he could be the grumpy old grandfather next door. But what kind of sick senior citizen would send your kids a perverted picture like this?
Oh my God! It's Sting!
Hey, my little sex kitten. How are you, sweetheart?
Go away, you delusional pervert.
I can't wait to kiss you and to hold you. I love you, sweetheart.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock.
I'm just really scared. Can you prove to me right now you don't have a gun?
The on-site decoy is a 19-year-old theater student who is posing as a 13-year-old girl.
Possible hot take. This decoy is better than any decoy used in tcap, and is certainly better than the 54-year-old Iraq veteran that they have playing the male decoy for some reason.
He sends Brittany links to porn videos, asking her to watch and learn. Remember, he thinks he's talking to a 13-year-old girl. Gentile asks her to get a banana and do unmentionable things with it. It's just practice for when the real thing ever happens. I want you to imagine that the banana is me.
Oh, banana.
We went on a tour today of an old castle on the Hudson River. There were 2 girls around your age. I was looking at those girls today, thinking of you, and getting so excited.
See, it's cases like this where I feel that, maybe police brutality isn't that bad.
After about a month of his almost constant texting, it's time to reel in this slimy fish.
I love how Chris isn't even slightly bothered about being diplomatic in this series, so the predators just get the full force of his wrath.
If you look at the dictionary definition of a predator, you'll probably see the face of Michael Gentile.
Hold on. No, it's just words. So we find out that Michael is absolutely obsessed with pictures, and that constitutes most of his talk with the decoy. It makes you think. Gentile sounds a bit like Jessup's, which in turn sounds a bit like Jared. Scary.
He thinks that day is about to come.
I would have recommended redoing that line. In this context, it's something I could imagine Charles Boyle saying, which is not exactly a good thing.
He comes inside for just a moment. It all seems like it's going as planned, but then it seems Grandpa has his antenna up for more than sex, and suddenly he bolts.
Yes, unfortunately, I think the only person who will ever know what spooked him will be the man that came to molest a child. So he leaves, thus denying Chris the chance to talk to him, leaving his only interview to be with the law enforcement officers.
Cops take his fingerprints,
Just relax.
his mugshot,
Here we go.
Sweet! You can add that to your pedo photo album when you're out.
It might be easier for Gentile to speak with detectives who take him to the interrogation room where he signs away his right to remain silent.
The absolute speed in which this man decided to sign the document makes me think that he wants to be found guilty. Maybe he's just doing this so he has to spend a few years away from his wife. I mean, I suppose it's cheaper than divorce.
What was your dialogue between the two of you?
Just different things about everything.
Like,
Sex to school.
what school?
She said she was just studying at home.
Hello and welcome to How to Destroy Your Own Argument in 5 Seconds, the game show where we discuss how to destroy your own argument in 5 seconds or less.
But her thing, when I first met her, she said she was 34 or 36 or something. I don't remember exactly.
Good one, Michael. Ironclad. The decoy definitely looked 34 as well. That's the only reason I can think of why you said, I'll be in my car, rather than, you look too young, I thought you were 34.
You don't mind if I'm frank with you, do you? Do you?
This male police officer playing everything up for the camera just sort of ruins the experience. Then they go and search his hotel room and find just a bunch of suspicious stuff. He pled guilty to 4 crimes and got 4.5 years with 10 probation. And he asked to register as a sex offender. Fun fact, he's out now as well. In fact, all of these predators are out now. Apart from Michael Popovich. Now we move on to my absolute favourite predator from Hansen vs. Predator to talk about. 28-year-old Wendy's manager and former phone store owner, Jese Velez. For those that don't know, This guy was on the news once because his store was broken into and one of his former employees did an AMA on Reddit. I'll leave a link in the description below if you would like to have a gander at that. Let's jump into this.
Want a water or something?
He should probably take a sip.
Yeah, that's right. You take a sip because Chris Hansen is about to flame you so hard.
His name is Jese Velez.
Everybody, it's time for the obligatory laugh at the Predator photo section of the video, so please, take a look and laugh.
He's 28 years old, his screen name is Jose.
Jose, to Jesse, to Jared.
It's kind of nervous. Nervous? I know, I am too.
The question remains though, are you as nervous as the time when you were in Iraq for the Gulf War?
In our sting house in Fairfield, Connecticut, we place more than a dozen hidden cameras to capture every move.
But why? You tend to only use 5 anyway.
He tells Velez he's turning 13 in a week.
You okay that I'm younger? Yes. Like 13 years old younger, LOL? Never chilled with a young guy before.
Jesse has no friends.
I don't have any friends. I have no friends.
Maybe he can make some in prison. Probably not though. They hate predators just as much as other people. Ain't that right, Johnny boy?
At his court appearance, other defendants were taunting him.
Come live with me, LOL. You're kidding, right? No, LOL. How are you gonna explain a 12-year-old kid living with you? I won't. No one won't find out.
On a serious note, what the actual fuck are you doing, Jesse? People are gonna ask questions. Also, this man probably couldn't regulate temperature with a thermostat. How are you going to keep a 13-year-old in check?
You need my book, My House, My Rules, by Joseph Fritzl.
Our on-site Decoy, a 19-year-old drama student who is pretending he's 13.
Okay, let me clear something up. I don't blame the lad for looking like he's old enough to have fought in the Korean War. But I do question why the people in charge let him be bait for the predators. Literally, none of them believe that he's 13.
You hungry?
For this dick! So the Decoy stumbles through some terrible conversation with the dinosaur man, and we get a bunch of classic Decoy lines. That is, they are classic for entirely the wrong reasons.
So you want to stay here? You don't want to stay here? What do you want to do after? Netflix? Chill?
I am drowning. There is no sign of land.
This is going to be a weird question, but you have your ID on you.
A fun little tidbit for you. In Connecticut, 13-year-olds aren't issued a state ID, because why would they be?
Who lives here? Who lives here? Oh, I live here. Me, my mommy, and my daddy.
Absolutely, definitively, without a doubt, the single most iconic line from this show.
Velez looks straight at one of our hidden cameras.
How do you look dead into a hidden camera whilst doing something illegal and not change your attitude, you freak?
The Decoy moves into distraction mode.
Did you want to come look at this? This right here. This is my dad made this.
Ah yes, it appears as if the table here is made out of table.
What Velez doesn't realize is that he's being moved into position for what will be the surprise of his life.
I hope you drank that water, bitch!
Hey, what's happening?
Nothing. Nothing, actually. Just to hang out.
Just to hang out with a 13-year-old boy who you sent a picture of your private parts.
No, I didn't. I did?
Yes.
Ugh. Yeah, I used to travel like random people on and off. I'd hang out with them. No, nothing's really sexual, to be honest.
Nothing sexual?
No.
We have literally just established that you sent a child a picture of your dick.
Oh my god, I did not know I even sent that. Ugh. Yeah, I did not know that.
Who was right?
Yeah, usually when I send a picture, like I have a bunch of pictures of me.
Right.
So I must have hit that, but I didn't really know why.
So this was just one big mistake?
Yeah.
Is this not the entire reason that the hidden feature exists on smartphones? To prevent this exact situation that this pedophile is claiming is happening.
And how old are you?
I'm actually 27.
Not true. At the time of our confrontation, Velez had just turned 28.
Why? Why would you lie about your age by 1 year? I mean, I suppose this guy is probably as intelligent as somebody from Derby, so it's totally possible that he could have just counted the years incorrectly.
Why did you do it then?
It's the first time for me. I never went to someone's house before.
You know, I hear that all the time.
I have a 16-year-old friend. I do. Yes, I do. I don't have any friends. I have no friends. I have a 16-year-old friend. I don't have any friends. I have a 16-year-old friend. I don't have any friends. I have a 16-year-old friend.
bullshit.
To be honest, I have friends that are 16 to 30. We all hang out, but we all just conversate.
What do a 16-year-old and a 30-year-old have in common, besides the creepy child predator with the receding hairline and terrible dress sense?
I wasn't going to walk through that door. I really wasn't. Thank you for this actual experience.
What is that graphic?
Do you live by yourself?
No, I live with my 3 dogs.
Do you not live with the fiancé that you were trying to cheat on with a child? Jesse then starts to flaunt his ring for some reason. It's the only explanation as to why he's putting his hand in front of his face like he's blocking it or something. I don't know. He is pretty dumb, to be fair. And then Chris gets him to say the lesson of the day's ordeal.
What's the lesson here, Jose?
The lesson here is don't walk into no one's house that you don't know who actually even lives there. That's to be honest. Don't do the same thing to other people that you wouldn't want done to you.
Or, hear me out. Maybe the lesson is, don't try and shag young teenagers who are closer to primary school than employment, you massive nonce. So the police grab him, and like I've said before, I wish they'd have just tased him a little, or like accidentally elbow dropped him, maybe a bit of a rock bottom. Somebody comes in with a steel chair or something. I don't know, just a little bit of accidental hurt. You know, just a smidge of good police brutality for once. No, they've just handcuffed you after you attempted to commit a serious crime, you know, just for shits and giggles. Like every other predator so far, they book him, and in the interrogation, Jesse contradicts what he said earlier.
I actually still talk to people from that website that I actually made friends with. I don't have any friends. I have no friends. I actually still talk to people from that website that I actually made friends with. I have no friends. I have no friends.
I have no friends.
I have a 16-year-old friend.
He was suspicious. He knew that he was up to no good because the on-site decoy to Jesse looked a little older than 13.
Don't sugarcoat it, Chris. The kid looked like he fought on Omaha Beach.
So he asked him for his ID. I think he thought he might be involved in an investigation. But who asks somebody for their ID unless they're up to no good?
The police, bouncers, bank attendants, barmen. Finally, Jesse copped to 2 charges and has to register as a sex offender once he's served 5 years in jail, suspended after serving 2. I have no idea why Jesse is my favourite predator to talk about. Maybe it's because of his pitiful defence or the fact that he was on TV not long before this. But either way, he's just hilarious, and it's nice to know that he lives near the city of Derby, Connecticut, showing that any place called Derby is a dump filled with creeps.